Okay. So what would you say about that shot there?
That's a typical.
Okay.
In terms of impact and flight, especially with my 7-iron. That's
Right.
why I like to play that little mid draw.
Right.
And I'm still scooping it, trying to lift it up because of that hip injury. I mean, I felt it at impact. So.
Right. Okay. Well, as we can see here, there's not really any divot taking. It was more of a clean pick. You know, so you said there's some pain when you hit it, even when we're scooping, right? And where at impact do you normally feel that? Where it just
right about here.
Right about here when the hips start firing, right? Okay. So what if we try something where it takes the hip fire out of it? And usually this drill is where we put both of our feet together, okay? And usually this drill is used for those who struggle with where their hips should be, because it allows the hips to stay right over the ball. What do you think? I want you to give it a try. I want you to see kind of what would happen if we took the hip fire out of it. And this just kind of gives a basis of how we can move forward, because if the hips can't fire, there's less chance that we can take a divot. Okay, so very well struck ball, right? How did you feel there? And feel any different?
And not as much of a pain.
Okay.
But it's that same. I still feel that motion. That drill is actually what I tell myself before every swing. To let my left shoulder replace my right shoulder. That's my only swing thought.
Okay.
So I've grown accustomed to that, and I know I felt it at impact. I got a much cleaner divot.
Right. Oh, 100%. That's pretty ideal right there.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to find a way not only to take a divot, but not to increase the pain. Which, if that right there, you know, gives you less pain, then I'm all for that. Yeah. Okay, right about there, parallel left is aimed over that light blue flag. Yeah. All right. So let's take a couple swings here, and we're going to gauge how the contact is versus where the ball ends up. Okay.
That's been my miss.
Okay.
In particular, especially on long iron shots.
Okay.
4 and 5 iron.
Okay.
That happens probably 1 every 4 times.
Right. And so obviously, our last did it ended there, and the ball was about midway in. So it was clearly a shot hit fat. Mm-hmm. And do you think any of it has to do with when you're getting down with a longer iron and you're getting to the bottom, okay? And from here, the only thing that to hit a nice iron shot from this position here, the hips have to keep the club moving. Do you think that's what's causing the?
Yeah, it definitely is. And on that one, I recognized that I was behind it.
And
so I was mentally trying to readjust myself.
And it just wasn't.
Bottomed out, kind of let everything fall.
Okay.
It wasn't centered or balanced very well.
Okay. Well, when you talk about being centered and balanced, the first thought that comes to my head is posture. Now, I'm not 100% knowledgeable about how this injury affects the swing, but is it something that if we got in a better posture to set up with, where we are relying more on the stronger muscles in the legs rather than the hips? So as when we come through the ball, right, when we get down right about here, the hips have to fire through. But what if we use some more of the bigger leg muscles that support the hip to help bring the club through, instead of trying to bring the hip through? So all of that comes down to how we set up, right? And if at the setup we're kind of more straight leg, that puts more pressure on the top here, okay? So what if when we get into setup, we can sit down more on our back legs, activate more of the hamstring muscles in the back of our legs, and that way they can support the hips as they come through. Pretty perfect right there. And I think it split it too. Okay, so aim was obviously right where we wanted to. Ball started right over the blue flag, ended up there. Perfect shot there. And we could see that there was a little bit of a divot as well, because our last one ended there. So we got a nice descending blow on that shot. And I don't know, that's pretty perfect. You know, that's strike was good and the aim was good, and the result is it's right at your target. For this tight lie here, okay, this is where we need to utilize the bounce of the club, okay? So right now I have 8 degrees of bounce, and what the bounce is gonna do, it's gonna allow the club, the leading edge, to get underneath the ball. That way the ball pops up without taking a huge divot, because the bigger the divot, the more luck's involved as well, okay? So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna put the ball up on our stance,
Okay.
all right? That's gonna allow the bounce to get underneath the ball first, because we put it farther back. The leading edge just digs first,
Right.
and you get very steep, which off this tight lie, it's gonna go shooting across the green.